Alright, hello new Philo cluster users. So some of you have been asking how to more easily transfer files between your home space, which is where you do most of your work, and your long-term storage space on the shared drive. So today I'm going to show you how to create a symbolic link between these two different areas of the hard drive. So the first thing you'll want to do is log into the Philo cluster. Now by this point you should all have changed your passwords. If you haven't done that, the instructions are on the wiki. Please try that and get back to me if you're having any problems. So once you're logged in, you can go ahead and hit Control L to get rid of the welcome text. So as we've covered before, on the Philo cluster you have what's called your home space, which is where you launch most of your jobs from, and this is where you'll store files for short-term usage. You also have what's called your shared space, which is paid for by your lab. Most PIs have provided several terabytes of storage for student and postdoc projects. Now, why would you want to store things in your shared space rather than your home space? So if we hit DF, this will tell us how much free space there is on the partition that we're on. And if you look here on Darwin, which is where our home directories are located, you can see me, and I've used up 94% of my free space. And you can look and you can see that my lab mate Emily has as well. And you might think that that's a bit of a coincidence, two people in the same lab using exactly the same amount of space. It's not much of a coincidence. All of the directories on the home drive are actually connected to one another. So if you're storing a ton of huge files in your home directory, you're not just taking away space from yourself, you're taking it away from other people. So if you have large files or you have lots of files, you'll want to move those into long-term storage. Now, we've covered how to get into long-term storage before. We can go up a total of 3 levels in the system, and we can end up at the root. We can change directories into share. And if we ls in here, we can see a bunch of different labs that have students here. If I try to transfer into the Canatella lab, I get a permission denied because I am not a Canatella student. However, if I go into my real lab, the Hillis lab, there we go. And we can see there's an AMW2925 directory right there for me. And all of my data that I've archived over the past 4 years. So if we change back into our homes, we can go ahead and create a symbolic link between these two things. What a symbolic link does is it makes it so you don't have to type out the full path to get back into your shared space. And we do this with the lns command. So we start out by entering the name of the directory that we would like to create the symbolic link to. So there's mine. Go ahead and enter the path to your space on the shared drive. And then we enter what we would like to call it. So I'm going to call mine share drive. Okay. Now if I try to change directories into share drive, there we go. Oops. There I am. There's all my archive files. And this is really handy because it can save you some time with typing things out. So I recommend giving this a try, and if you have any difficulties, you know where to find me.